You look at the beloved 2017 Millennium Falcon UCS version and you're kind of want it with your heart and mind and you're mastering the money for it, and then where does it go, you know? And then this thing comes out. And now this is my favorite Millennium Falcon of all time.
Bricks and Minifigs is your one-stop shop for all things LEGO. Hit the link below to find a store near you.
There's a good manual shot. I like that. Let's see what's inside. We have the really good feeling about this. Exactly how I would summarize this set in one sentence. It is good. Word from the Jens Kronsvold Fredrickson, the creative director of LEGO Star Wars. The actual studio production shot of the Falcon at the set in the 70s, and the fastest YT 1300 space freighter in the galaxy. For those of you who just for some reason don't know anything about the Falcon, there is that. The detailed Death Star destroyer. Now I haven't heard that name in a long time. People seem to forget that the Falcon did participate in both Death Star destructions. So cool that the manual actually tells you that. It's a reminder that this thing could do a lot of damage. Easter eggs after Easter eggs after Easter eggs. They're not accessible at all. You as a builder will know they're there. This set is packed. Like we have the scene with Chewie, Han, and R2. Han trying to save R2 from being destroyed by Chewie over winning the Jarek game. The special moment between Han and Leia, interrupted by the excited C-3PO, there is that. And Obi-Wan training Luke in the ways of the Force using the training droid. Hey, by the way, if you like the shirt I'm wearing, you can get yours today. These shirts are made in partnership between Beyond the Brick and Bricks and Minifigs stores, so you can get those at participating Bricks and Minifigs locations with all these cool logos and Bricks are my sport, and you can also order one online at the link in the description below. But what makes this hunk of junk particularly exciting as a midi-scale LEGO set? The build experience and the details. That was the most fun I had with a midi-scale set to date. It's just fun to build. It has some wobbliness to it or some moving pieces because of the techniques used here. It's mostly meant to be a display set, so don't expect super rigidness in that, but it has it where it counts. Actually, you can grab it by the side, highly swooshable, so easy to make Millennium Falcon sounds playing with it. So grab it by the side, you're gonna be fine. Also by the back, also fine. Just don't grab it by any of the corner pieces because those where the shapes are happening and those are the most fragile connection points. Point number 2, no stickers. Particularly premium experience with this set with prints all over the place. Prints in the front, you can see those are printed, circular tiles, printed canopy section. You can see like I have to be careful moving it around because these are a little wobbly pieces, but yeah, printed canopy section, front cockpit section, printed airlocks. You can see some pieces are trying to fight me and remove itself, so particularly fragile on this section, gotta tell you that. But yeah, the airlocks are printed, the vents on the back are printed, and yet again we have another airlock on the other side. Of course the plaques are printed. I forgot to place my commemorative Star Wars plaque next to it because you do get the brick like with any other sets from this series. This one says 25 years of Star Wars, and of course the Millennium Falcon on a swivel. The stand is fixed in position, however you do get the canted flight. It's designed to be that way, you cannot move it, so you can see it has about like, I don't know, 10-50 degree angle, but that's how we remember the Millennium Falcon. Always banking, always agile, flying in formation with the other Death Star destroyers, squadrons, and this stand just works so much better than the other stands from this series, which are just positioning the ships in a flat horizontal surface. You will see some gaps, particularly between the panels of the ship, so that's the way it's designed. It's not perfect, and I don't think it can be perfect, but they really did the looks and the shaping over the particular, gap-free design. So something I wasn't bothered with, it's just something you see once you notice that. But other than those gaps between panels, there is nothing really to be concerned about the design quality. It does look great on the shelf, and that's what it's supposed to do. So I'm not super concerned about this. But again, keep in mind that fragility and movement of some pieces will be visible. But the detail is everywhere. Even the front, the loading bay detail, the gribbles on the sides are highly advanced. I'm trying to show you the size of the ship so you can see how tolerant you are against the gaps. They are more visible when you look at it from this profile, so that's probably the worst look for this ship. This particular piece at the bottom is a little wobbly, so you can see there's a bit of a gap, that there is no brick really fitting there to fill that. And something I broke off in the earlier part of this review, the sublight engines are just this long stretch of translucent piece that was used before in that fashion, so it's nothing new, but it does create some gaps. You can see, especially particularly between these panels, it does create some sort of like quality dip in terms of how the gaps are managed. But other than that, the gribbling pretty much makes up for it. There is just so much good gribbling in here, especially from the top, that like you usually see the Falcon having all this like rusty, rigidy, scar damage and pieces replaced throughout the years by Han and Chewie, and maybe Lando even before them. But particularly, there is just enough gribbling throughout the ship to make it look really good. That's why I said that this might be my favorite Falcon to date, because at this scale, at this size, they achieved something I felt when I was building the UCS Millennium Falcon, and that is a feat. Maybe I wished it had a ramp or something to have like a landing position, maybe landing gear, but maybe I'm asking for too much. So that being said, the functions are limited to the adjustable quad laser cannon at the top, the iconic military grade quad laser cannon for the Falcon. Another print you kind of might miss because it's hidden by the cannon, this unique canopy here. And the dish, the radar dish, the communications array is not fully rotatable. It's only allowed, you can only change the angle of it a little bit. It's limited by just like that stud jumper on the corner there. So you cannot move it more than that. But other than that, you don't really need functions in that set. You don't really need things moving too much, because again, it is meant to be displayed and to be appreciated as a midi-scale model. Alright, for final thoughts, let's go to Mike. UCS used to be my favorite Falcon. It's a really great set if you have a warehouse to store it. If you just have unlimited amounts of space or wall space or whichever, shelf space, wall space, whichever comes for you, sure, yeah, there's a reason I still keep my Millennium Falcon UCS version in the box. There's just no reason for me to build it right now because I won't place it anywhere. But this makes me much more kind of content with display space, and it's as I was saying, it's such a premium model. I used to like a lot of the playsets in between, and I never really owned the old midi-scale Falcons from the very past. This thing delivers on so many levels, honestly. My favorite ship of the bunch, if you had to get one of these for some reason, if you didn't go for any other midi-scale ones, even skip the Super Star Destroyer and just get this. Yeah, you can see it's a little wobbly as I grab it by different sections of it, so be careful. Like the middle section is the strongest, the stand is strong, these sides, because of the shaping, the angling, will kind of disconnect if you pull too hard, so be careful of that. Sure, there are some gaps if you look real closely from the top or from the bottom, because of how the design is done, the gaps will be visible. But in the end, like, I put it away from me, like, a few feet away from me, and it's just like looks so good. The canted stand, just the accuracy and the details, the gribbling at this scale, it really works. So Lego, good job on that one, being just a few bucks more than the Tantive 4. Honestly, night and day difference in design quality. Stickers, worse accuracy, proportions, no stickers, pretty much spot on accuracy and proportions. So the Millennium Falcon at midi scale is an absolute win. Love this set. As with all the others, I wish it had minifigures. Han, Chewie would be just perfect for this, but at the same time, how many Hans and Chewies and R2s of the world we had in the past, so not really much of a deal in terms of midi-scale ones, but it would be nice for the future Lego sets like this to include some stuff like that. But maybe let's tone our expectations and try to keep those affordable and just as good looking. Alright, what do you think in the comment section below? Right there, you can comment. Thanks for watching.